It's the growing corn guy.
Going on, big boy.
There he is, the man.
Yeah.
Rocking the Acres TV, I see.
Yep, absolutely.
Gotta represent.
Heck yeah.
What are we doing? Beans?
Doing corn.
Corn!
Yep, doing corn.
Gonna have to edit that out.
Yep, this is our last field of corn.
Really?
Get this done, we'll be all done with corn, get switched over to beans. Hopefully be done with everything by the weekend.
Back up by where I'm at, no, hardly anyone started. So.
Is that right?
Yeah, not too far along.
Yeah.
But
I'd say down here, guys are 70% done. Talked to my seed guy yesterday, and he acted like by this weekend, he said there'll be a lot of guys winding her down.
just knocking it out.
Yep. You want to go for a ride?
Sure, let's do it.
Hop in.
So is this going to be PG, Tony Reed?
It's whatever you want. We can go either way.
Well, one way would require a lot more editing, so we better keep it PG, I think.
Exactly.
Even though the other way might be more fun.
It's funny, I've made some videos on, kind of how these planters work and just different stuff that you and I take for granted.
Yeah.
It's amazing how people eat that up and find it so interesting. And I think sometimes as farmers, vloggers, whatever, I think sometimes we overlook the easy, blatantly obvious stuff that we just take for granted and don't even think about explaining.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's been fun.
If I remember right, you're first generation.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Is there anyone else that you're working with?
No, just kind of my own thing. I mean, the guy that I took over for, he helps, and he's got a brother that helps. They own all the land, but it's 100% my crop and stuff like that. So
Okay.
this is 217, and this is right at the cutoff. You just go 10 miles south, and it's 618. We've always considered when you get into 618, that's Southern Illinois.
So you go by area codes. Okay.
Yeah. And I think 309, which, are you 309 right up there?
I'm 815.
Oh,
Actually.
815, okay. So
There's a lot of 309s too.
I think 309 starts around Bloomington-ish, somewhere.
Yeah, I think some of that goes up into Peoria, maybe.
Does
maybe
it?
not.
Okay. Yeah, so.
Central versus northern versus southern.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's got a different opinion.
Yep.
How many acres you got left? I think you might have mentioned it, but
On corn, there's 69 acres in this field. Get this planted, we're done. And then on soybeans, we planted 144, so we'll have around 600-ish on soybeans.
okay. Is this kind of a typical time of year when you finish up on corn, or
I tell you,
early, late?
This is a little bit early for us. It's not uncommon for us to farm in April, but more years than not, it's closer to May.
Okay.
And if we don't have any trouble and actually get Claire done with everything by the weekend, that'll be the first time in a long time I can remember the entire crop going in the month of April. It seems like we'll get a window. You might plant something the 15th, 20th of April, but then it'll set in raining for 3 weeks. And you don't get back into the 1st of May, which, yeah, it's pretty common, but this year I think we're going to have her all in April the way it looks.
Is that a neighbor, or is he with you?
Yep, that's a neighbor. Yep.
So where's home base for you?
If you come in from that way, you would have come right by it. If it wasn't for these trees, you could see a farm over there with a bunch of green and tan machine sheds.
Okay, not too far away then.
Yeah, so it's just a mile and a half, probably,
Okay.
something like that.
Is this about the furthest you get away, or you get a good ways away?
We got one farm, 240 acres. It's 16 miles from home, and then we've got another. When you throw it all together, probably 300. That's about 8 or 9 miles south, and then the rest of it's all right here. Shoot this straight off, so I'm gonna drop both markers. I've ran into this in the past where you go back and fill this in, and you get back and your satellite's drifted. So I bust through like this. I'll drop them both, and then make sure I'm still on the
Big marker guy, huh?
just on stuff like this.
Gotcha.
I'd be lost without them. I know guys got planters without markers. I couldn't do that. I use mine all the time when I'm, opening up the field or doing the inroads.
The nice DB120 doesn't have markers.
Yeah.
Isn't there a, I want to call it like a half century of progress or something like that?
Yeah, so in August we went down there. So the rumor mill kind of.
I love rumors.
They got this established, so let's just have it here. So
Yeah, that'd be a pretty easy transition over.
yeah, yep. So
I've never been to either, but I would love to check it out.
Yeah, I've never been to the one at Rantoul, but I went to the one at Renter's in August, and I mean it was wild. I mean it was great.
Is that going to be this year or no?
Yeah, because it's always the same year, or is it the off year of the Farm Progress Show? I don't remember. Farm Progress Show being Decatur.
I don't know.
I can't remember if it's always a week before Farm Progress or if it's.
If that is coming up, we'll put the details right here.
Yeah. I think it'd be great, man. I'd buy one. I mean, if I come up to your dealership,
you come up through and buy a shirt.
Heck yeah.
Souvenir.
Think about it. If you got 8 stores, now I got to go. I got to get all 8 shirts.
Got to collect them all.
Yeah.
In store only? Or?
Yeah, that's what I would do. In store only. Get them in there, and then you can hook them once they're on the lot, right? Buy a shirt. Oh, by the way, we got a planner out here. I think you'd like.
Buy a shirt, get a free planner.
Yeah, exactly.
Expensive shirt.
Yep. Think of how cool that would have been 40 years ago if dealers would have done that, because you'd have a whole collection of shirts now that you can't get anymore.
That's true.
So
it'd really be a collector's item.
Exactly.
You'd be seeing it flying off eBay all over the place. Marketplace, everything.
Yep.
It's crazy how some of those, like the old John Deere toy collections and old signs, things like that, how much they'll go for now.
Yep. So I don't know if you ever seen my TikTok, but at home in a chest, I've got the John Deere pamphlets, just like it's in your store, pull one off the rack, it's planter, tractor, whatever.
Sure.
I started collecting them in 1988 or 87, and every year I'd go to our local dealer and get one of all of them. So I've got one for every John Deere combine ever made. I got online and bought them all the way back to the 45 and 55 combines.
Yeah.
And even though the literature might be the same inside, the covers were different. Every year, they'd have a different picture on the cover. And all the ones I got even from back in the 50s and 60s are in absolute mint, pristine condition. But I've got one for every John Deere combine ever made. And it might be the same literature, but it's a different cover. Got one of the tractors. Now the tractors I probably stop in the late 70s, like a 4430-ish model tractor would be about where I stop. I don't get back any farther than that, but for that I've got all the tractors, combines, tillage. I mean, it's a stack. It's way taller than I am if you stack them up.
They don't make them quite like they used to in that aspect. So we've been pushing towards digital brochures quite a bit.
Yeah.
So that might ruin your collection.
Yeah, which actually might make it worth more, because now it's like you can't get them in paper anymore.
Well, so, yeah, there you go.
But it's so cool to look back through them. I'll do that about once every 4 or 5 years, get them all out and flip through them. And, like I remember when a John Deere 9600 combine came out. When I went on wheat harvest in 1998, a 9600 combine was brand new at the time. It's like, man, this thing is massive. I mean, how much bigger are they going to get? And now a 9600 looks like a toy compared to the stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to flip through them. In fact, the old 55 John Deere combine, when you flip through on that one page, I don't quote me on this, but it says something to the tune of you can now harvest up to 120 bushels an hour. So it's really cool to look through that, the way they worded everything. So
I swear every time I'm trying to do these vlogs, it's an extra windy day or something.
Yeah.
Always ruins the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be fine weather for flying the drone.
Yeah, you might be able to buzz over and get some of that guy.
Yeah. See if he cares or not.
Yeah, I'm sure he wouldn't.
Well, then I'll see you at Farm Progress shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there for sure. So glad you come down.
Thanks for your time.
Good seeing you. We'll be in touch.
All right, see you, Tony.
Okay, take care.
Go fly the drone a little bit and get a little aerial view of Tony in action. That's going to do it for this video, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to see more content from Tony, you can find him on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at Growing Corn 2020 or on Acres TV. It's a free app you can download. You can check out a lot of shows such as Tony's. Check that out and subscribe to our channel here so you can see our next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.